You might notice that a lot of things have changed recently in your life, and it's important that we don't get carried away, because it can be quite intense at some time. So a lot of things might line up recently for you. And it's important to not lose focus during that intense process. Because it can be quite challenging, and there is a tendency to lose focus because everything can draw you away if you notice that the thing you're focusing on is not really solid or not really strongly visible. You have to pay very close attention to the thing you're focusing on, because it's not easily visible, can be overlooked quite easily. And it's also not easy to stay calm during those intense processes. So I struggle myself a lot with this, even though it may not look like it, but there are some very intense struggles going on in my life, also at the moment. So it's certainly not easy, and certainly not always enjoyable. Especially when it becomes very intense, and especially when we start to disregard a bit the seriousness of the matter. When we start to take it lightly. And when we forget how intense it can be and how difficult. Then it's easy to lose focus. To lose focus on the important things. But with practice we can get better at it. And we realize that that the practice has shown results, is showing results. Also, results can be quite small, but even small results are appreciated. Of course, we always wish that we would get stronger and better results, more intense results, but we have to appreciate also those small changes so that we can become ready for the big ones. It's really to stay humble with the small blessings we are receiving and to not get carried away by, even though the blessings may be small. And this keeps us humble and grounded. And from there, it's also not always easy to decide in which direction to go. Because it might appear that you are losing something if you choose the wrong direction. And it might not be clear if that is true or not. But focus more on the things that are definitely true to you. There are definitely things that you can observe. And maybe then you can notice that you've made already some progress where you had not seen it before or didn't expect it actually. And all of a sudden this one becomes more natural to you. And it might have never arrived in the form that you were expecting, but in a very different form. It might be more calm, more grounded than you anticipated. But it's not better or worse, it's just different. And even though you might be disappointed that it's not what you expected it to be, this unexpected element could be the very cause of some transformation. You might feel that there is something to it that you didn't see before, or something makes sense that didn't make sense before. And maybe you can get accustomed to this unexpected result and get comfortable with it. Maybe you can see the good in it even though it might not be very obvious. But that's what I always like to do, to try and find the good thing in the apparently bad thing. So when something bad is happening to me, I try to see the good thing, although it is challenging, and I speak from experience. I do try my best. And I'm not pretending that I wouldn't be scared of making the wrong decision. There's the decisions sometimes. But when I can say it like that, it does help, at least to some extent. And maybe it's more straightforward than I thought it would previously. Maybe there is a recognition that the things of what I can say have opened up a bit. Maybe I can speak more openly now than I thought I would be able to. So when I entertain this thought for a moment, it certainly is a learning experience for me. And often the body learns first before the mind does. The body certainly does learn a lot quicker. So I feel like this was a valuable lesson for me. I hope you could take something from that. Because I certainly learned a lot of things. Not that I can name them, but my subconscious mind learned it. So I want to take a final moment to honor honor this learning experience. It's important to honor this learning experience so that it can stick, that it can stay. So it's really sometimes we learn not through words, but through action. And sometimes when I observe what I'm doing, then this creates a healthy learning experience, an effective learning experience was what I meant. So yeah, thank you for sharing this space with me in this kind of format where it's a more relaxed atmosphere, more laid back, where we have more time to be present and explore, not having to rush, free from expectations, and able to enjoy the present moment and to curiously anticipate the meaning that is emerging in the moment when we are not applying any restrictions. So, thank you for allowing this space to exist.